Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Hi guys, welcome to our first ever DC Characters Corner. I kind of got the idea because just talking to a lot of you online, we found out that a lot of people's first, interaction with these characters is on the TV shows or the movies in DC and might not know the history of the comics. So every week we're kind of going to pick one character and tell a little bit about his comic history. Just now on Legends, we recently had Connor Hawke was appearing, who originally was created in 1994 by Jim Aparo and Kelly Puckett. It was in Green Arrow Volume 2 in 1994. He was the son of Green Arrow and Sandra Moonday Hawke. They had, of course, a bit of an affair together, and she didn't tell him she was pregnant. She fled with her son and raised him in a monastery. Green Arrow eventually was distraught over the death of one of his friends at the time, thinking that he killed him, and it turned out to be Green Lantern. He thought that he killed him at the time, so he went to this monastery to kind of reflect on his life and kind of to deal with that. And he met Connor Hawke. Didn't know he was his son at the time, which was kind of cool. So then they started going off on adventures. Another character named Eddie Friars was introduced, kind of a CIA liaison. He was kind of their Black Ops guy. So it was the three of them always going on these missions. Green Arrow eventually was killed in a plane crash over Metropolis, and Connor Hawke then took on the mantle of Green Arrow. Kind of a legacy of his father. So then when Green Arrow was again reintroduced with Kevin Smith's run, they kind of reconciled that, and then they had the connection of them being father and son. The difference between the two of them, which is kind of cool, is even though he was an archer, he was much more of a martial artist. He was, I think with DC, he's now ranked as one of the top martial artists, even beating Lady Shiva in a death match. So he is one of the best fighters in DC in the comics universe. Currently, we are in the New 52, and there is no Connor Hawke in the current New 52. So now with Rebirth happening, we're not sure. He might appear. We don't know if they're going back with the old history of Green Arrow being old enough to have a son, so we'll see if he happens. Legends, if you guys watch DC TV, he just popped up on Legends of Tomorrow. And this really got kind of weird. He used the name Connor Hawke, so even when I went into the episode thinking it was going to be Oliver Queen's son. As you know, Queen has a son with the woman, and they don't really talk about him. He's kind of been taken away, and she was paid by Moira Queen to not talk about it. So we all kind of assumed, or I know I did, that this was going to be Connor Hawke and his son. And then it turns out that the character wasn't. It was actually John Diggle and Layla's son, just using the name Connor Hawke. So I don't know if it was kind of a nod to the character to kind of throw us fans off, but that's how he was introduced on the show, and how he's established as a character on the show, so we'll see where it goes. But if you want to find out about the original Connor Hawke, there's two great storylines I recommend. One is Brotherhood of the Fist. This is back in the 90s when DC would do these multi-series crossovers. It was Batman, Detective Comics, Robin, Nightwing, and Green Arrow. And it was all about the Fist of the Monkey Cult and martial arts. And it's great artwork in those books, really proving him to be a great fighter. Check that out. And also Grant Morrison's Justice League run in the 90s. This is when Green Arrow was being introduced into the Justice League as a member, and he saved the entire league from the key up in the Watchtower. I don't want to tell you how it ends because it's a really awesome nod back to Oliver Queen and how that ends. So check those out. For now, though, guys, if you have any characters that you see on DC or in the movies or TV shows you want to know about, just Twitter me at Mike Kalinowski. We'll get this going for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.